now.
That was Trago's trade, not mine. I was in the trade, but that was all Trago's trade. I mean, you're going to go up now for a right ear up on the inverted. But after that, right wing coming
Down. Hard.
up on the inverted.
Yes.
Up.
Yes.
Should be live now.
That means Bitcoin's going to try and shoot to the downside. But let's just wait for this. Oh, who's live? We're live?
Oh, I am. I've just started a YouTube stream. But carry on.
Tonight we let the Aussie talk. Don't know exactly what he said, but water.
Water. A glass of water.
Water. Water.
Water.
You ever get
I'm
water?
going to actually do both in this range because I'm going to profit twice on this move.
First, I have to see if it's even freaking working. Oh, yeah. There
Let's
we
go.
go. Share.
Yeah, I don't want to overthink it. I'm just
Get
gonna
it, Turbo.
It means check your 60,500 drop, the sudden wick today, back down. That was your probe. Your range is from there to your top, okay? Your top was 61,785. You've done your test where you went back to your 0.5. You've done your retest where you went back to your 0.5. You're forming a cat. You're sitting on the damn 0.5 right now. Legit, you're on it as we speak of that range, and your test retest, you know the drill. Be careful. Target is inverted 60,866, and only if you do not go lower than that will you do your shot up and break local highs, which is what I'm going to be longing. So coming up, that's a small time frame. So I guess in the next hour we should see, hour to 2 hours.
What's up, Blake? What's up, buddy?
That move.
Let's do it.
I'll be with you shortly, YouTube stream. I'm just eating a piece of steak. Well, it's not
if anyone wants
steak.
a 5K move, just pay attention for the next 2 hours.
Le steak with
Everyone's eating steak tonight.
with le
He'll be
pommes.
right with the peasants.
It's not. It's not. Sorry, I gotta correct myself. It's a piece of pork with crackling on top of it. That's what it is.
Ooh.
A roast
Okay.
pork.
Interesting.
Have you guys seen that TikTok with that guy who takes the smallest little piece of meat and he cooks it on the smallest little oven, and then he sears it, and then he makes have you seen that? It's all miniature.
My kids love that stuff, man.
I'll show you
Oh,
what
dude.
I'm eating YouTube. Let me.
And he made the most beautiful little sandwich out of it.
I know exactly
One
what you're
bite.
talking.
Well,
Yep.
I need to get it so it's not fucking obscuring stuff. Camera.
Are there any restaurants that are like that on purpose? There's got to be like a place like that in Japan.
There's a place in Montreal that is called
It's just like a hunk of fucking meat.
40 West.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know if you
And
see
you
that.
walk in there and you get like an hors d'oeuvre of like calamari, and it's legit 3
Mm.
bites. It freaks me out, man. And it's expensive.
Oh yeah, by the way, YouTube, I've got a little Doge puppy mascot that sits at my desk.
Nice.
And he's just chilling.
Wait,
Anyway.
your face is on YouTube right now?
Oh, not my face, but just my webcam. I had my webcam like.
Let me go and see you. Where are you? Crypto down under. What kind of stupid question is that?
Yeah, I've put the link in the general chat. Jerome Powell's face is the wallpaper. I mean the thumbnail.
No,
'Cause
I should
it's
have
his
it
time.
in my faves.
Mm-hmm.
How to buy altcoins in Canada? Who's that from? Fuck was that? Right there. Hey, Powell. He looks
you
like my
see?
mom's ex-boyfriend. Yeah, can't stand his face.
Let me I think I've filtered.
Not because I
my-
don't like him.
Let me.
Oh.
hide the filter because it's filtering out the color. Color correction, there we go. Now
Why
can see
are
what
you
I'm
streaming
eating.
your coffee on YouTube? Can I not just watch you eat? Oh, that looks good.
It's a big hunk of...
Dude, it's
pork?
very carnivorous. Oh, shit.
I'm not even eating it like a human.
I can see that.
I'm eating it like a caveman. Alright. A civilized human being. Sorry about that, it's just how we eat in Australia. Knife and
I love
fork
it.
free. You can probably see that's where I last made a video update Bitcoin right there, YouTube. And we have trended up since then. We have had higher highs and higher lows on, I'd say, like the hour time frame. But you can see we were tracking a rising wedge at the last update, and look what happened. Textbook fell out of the rising wedge. See that? Now, what's happening now? This wedge, I think the top side, if we take this out to the new pivots, because we got new information now, right? We're working with something like that. We're working with something like that. I don't know what happened there. But I think, yeah, if you take that pivot down there and you trace this, look at that. That is a beautiful A and B providing C. You know how you get 2 points that produce a bounce point into the future? That is what we're working with, I think. So we are climbing in a channel. Just be careful. There's even like argument to it being a rising wedge, like something like this. Like a grand scale rising wedge. I'll go out to the 4-hour chart, it might even be a little clearer. Yeah, this is what's happening. Let me just hide this last update thing so that it's not obscuring. We did a turbo touch. We did a 0.5 touch of this move here. So from here to here, came down, finally got in touch with the 0.5, found support, and now we're trending up again. There is an inverse head and shoulders, Viv.
Yep.
You can probably see it already. Something like this at the moment. Like a true classic inverse head and shoulders is when you have price coming in from, like, you know, way up there and it comes down and it produces a pivot like that. That would be a classic. However, I do see,
I've seen them on the top
examples.
of bull flags and stuff too.
Yeah, I do see examples of when it's out of that context, but it still produces, you know, the result. So it's like, oh, okay, maybe that does qualify, you know.
And I think the top on that last candle, that's defining potentially the new right shoulder, the more symmetrical right shoulder. Yeah, because we came up not quite to match that high, got pushed down, and then came back up. So, and it did kind of break up once it did, it kind of seems like what led to the impulse. But yeah, now it's got the possibility of doing the more symmetrical one.
Definitely. Let
or
me just
get rejected for that neckline.
I'm going to zoom back in. This is all said and done. All these little channels and patterns. Nothing much happened with that. Delete it. It's tracing out what may have been a possible flag, but it actually left that. And it actually acted more like this after we got further information. It did something more like that. Then we lost that support. That was another beautiful confirmation of a breakdown. See that green line there? You had A. No, let me label these. You had A. B, which produced C, roughly, around here. Then you had a D, and then there tried to be an E support, but it failed. You know, we broke down off that trend line, and that would have been a very high conviction short. You could have been very confident in going short there, evidently. So, with that in mind, is there any situations right now on Bitcoin? I'm on the 15, let's go down to the 5 minute. Yes, there is a pennant or a triangle type thing right now. It is like that. And the bottom side is like this. Not a perfect, like, symmetrical one, because it's a bit steeper on the top side and more shallow on the bottom side climbing. But I can see a bullish outcome from this. Like, this could very much, you know, what are we? We're 6 minutes past the daily close, so yeah, man. I think that could certainly break out and at least throw us up to test maybe even the top again. But that's, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. So that Jackson Hole thing's coming up too, isn't it? That's tomorrow. That could create some volatility if there's any surprises that are shared by Jerome Powell. Jerome Powell.
Just call him JP.
JP, yeah. And then good old Doge. Let's go to my top 20 list here.
Trash can. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, trash can. This was this is where the last Doge update video was, somewhere in that circle. There's been a lot of drama. There's been a lot of things happening on Doge as well since the last time I did a video. But we're trending up. There's definitely no question about that. There is like an uptrend. There is a risk of it being once again a rising wedge, just like Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is in a rising structure. You got to be careful of that. You can only see it on like hourly and above, to be honest, because it's quite large. But the apex for which is a lot further out. It's like out here. You know, it's up into the future. Let me just get these lines a bit longer. But it'll probably resolve before getting anywhere up into that apex of whatever that wedge is, right? It's probably going to resolve before then. And by resolve, I mean it'll leave this triangle, this wedge, before we get up to the apex. But I see a possible, like, if it doesn't come up to test that, like I was suggesting on the smaller time frame, I still think we're due, just from pattern recognition here. We've got a touch on the top, a touch on the bottom, a touch on the top, a touch on the bottom, a touch on the top, bottom, top. You see the pattern? Bottom would be the next in that series, right? So I think we're due possibly on this time frame to come down and test, at least test the bottom, if not fall through it because it's a rising wedge. That's the textbook answer that I have. So we'll see what we do with that. I mean, it'd be cool if it completely just defied the rising structure and just, like, you know, went up anyway. We've seen that before. We've seen rising and falling wedges get invalidated with the price action, so it can happen. What's up, buddy? What's up, Blake? What's up, Peter? We got Randall in there too. What's up, Randall? Travis Crawford, all in the chat. I'm just going to read out some of these things. Greetings to all. Hello, Alex. Always great to catch you at your stream. Love hearing Turbo from Canada on right now. Cheers to you, brother, Peter. Man, Peter, you need to come into the Discord, man. You've been like a faithful long-term viewer on the YouTube streams. You should come in and say good day.
Everyone should come hang out.
Yeah, that's it. Buddy says, I was just looking at
Yeah.
charts and thought about
Good
y'all.
party.
Cool Doge pop.
So
Mm.
good move, by the way.
I remember about 2 years ago you had a bad go with some pork. Yeah, vaguely, man. Like, yes, there was something. You're right. Pork. Oh, it can be nasty. It can be. Travis says, we are just coming back into the bull market support bands. It's decision time to continue bull market or take a rejection. We are still about 10 days from matching up with past trends for this to happen. Travis Crawford, bull market support bands. That's like what Quai talks about, bull market support bands.
Yeah, I use those sometimes too.
Yeah,
Benjamin.
Is that an indicator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it just the MA bands or?
Pretty much, I think. I'm not sure exactly what they're constructed of offhand, but I think so, yeah.
So you do a search for them on indicators, you just search for support bands?
Let me see what it's called. Hang on. I have it in my saved stuff.
Thank you very much, sir.
It's a
Yeah, it's bull market
Benjamin
support
Cowan
band.
made it popular.
There you go.
Yeah, bull market support band. It's got the 20-week SMA and the 21-week EMA.
None of y'all watch my video.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
21 week EMA, 20 week SMA. What it consists of.
There you go. So, we got 15 people tuned in right now. That's
You
high
had
numbers
videos,
lately.
right?
Was that toppers?
I didn't know Quai had videos.
Oh yeah.
You like videos? He's got videos.
By the way, YouTube, shout out.
Very good.
Qui-Gon Jinn makes videos. He does analysis. Check out his channel. Qui, if you're able to,
Thank you.
like, drop a link or something to your channel in the YouTube chat,
Yeah,
people
I'll
can
definitely
find
do.
it,
I'm not-
or just tell them what to search in YouTube and they'll find it.
I can pop it in there in a second for you.
Yeah. There you go.
Thanks.
I've got some, I don't know, a lot of the people that are tuned in right now, the 14 people, if they caught the King Nummy Doge analysis, like macro analysis with the Gaussian channel, I want to make more videos in that format with, like, whoever is keen to share an idea. If anyone wants to, just jump into our Discord community and we can line it up. We can do a 10-minute or even less. You can be as brief or as in-depth as you like, and you can just let it rip. Even if it's just like an analysis on something, like in the moment. Yeah. Anyway,
Nice.
Don't mind me, I'm still eating a little bit, but I'll get into it. Once I free my hands up, I'll be back. You guys take the wheel, guys. I'm driving on the wrong side of the road right now.
Does Jesus take the wheel in Australia too?
Uh-huh.
No, they drive on the wrong
Does
side.
Jesus have? I was about to say, does Jesus have his license in Australia too?
I don't think Rick has his license.
Oh, terrible. UK, maybe India, right? A couple of countries, maybe, right? I don't know. I forget who drives where now these days. Austria drives on the opposite side of the road. That's crazy.
They drive on the right side or the left side?
Left side, man, in Austria.
Does it make sense to drive on the left side, or is it just us trying to be different?
Dude, I don't know. We shouldn't mess with people's
That's the whole
brains like
purpose
that.
of it. Right?
I think
Is it inches, centimeters? What is it?
Yeah, it'd be nice if we went to metric for a lot of stuff. It'd be pretty cool, but yeah,
It's easy. Everything's in tens.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, everything just works in hundreds. It's nice and easy.
Yeah.
Hundreds. Tens. Thousands. Yeah. Nice and easy.
We prefer the thousands or 10,000.
I want to measure everything in feet and stones.
I just dropped
I
5
want to
links
measure.
if anybody wants it.
I want to measure everything from my elbow bone to my third knuckle in my left finger. A cubit. I'm just like, I know, for real. Like, how many stones do you weigh? Oh, let me check the stone scale. Oh, add another stone.
I mean, but they really do have stones as a measurement for weight, so.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
It's so funny.
It's epic. I'll put another stone on there. What size, sir? Any size. Let's put another.
Just a stone.
There you go, YouTube. That's the link to Quai's
stone.
YouTube channel. Check it out. Subscribe if you haven't already to Qui-Gon Jinn. And yeah, he's been nice and consistent putting
Thank
up.
you,
You're welcome. He's been putting up
Thank
videos
you.
and doing.
Thank you, Rick.
deep
Thank you. Totally
dives.
appreciate it.
You're welcome, Quai.
Welcome. Yeah, I don't know if it wouldn't let me, because I did post it, and then like I looked and I'm like, it's not there anymore. I wonder if it's because like you probably have it set where people can't put
Possibly.
up links.
Possibly.
Which would completely make sense, you know?
And then let me hit everyone up with a link to the Discord. The All Is One.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
don't
Let me,
have one.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me and I'll pin it.
And seeing all the love, the Grinch's heart grew 10 next that day.
Wow, that's a lot of pork. Goddamn. Whew.
Last thing I had was bacon. The last pork chop I had, it's probably been a year ago, dude. Now, no, longer. Oh man,
I had
18
bacon, ham, and
people.
sausage in my breakfast this morning.
Nice.
whoa.
Man, we're
In a
getting
wrap.
some viewers come through. What's happening, guys? Hey, put your hand up if this is your first time coming to this stream before, or like coming across my channel. I'd love to know those metrics because I think it's repeat, and I love the repeat viewers and all that. But it'd be cool to see the stats on fresh visitors to the channel. You know what I mean? To see if we're even getting exposure.
Rick,
like,
you should mention it during some of your videos, like every third video or something, or every couple of videos. Yeah, you should do a shout out just like you're doing now. If people are in, yeah.
Serrano says first time. What's up, Serrano? Do your show ankles.
It's been a long time since I've been at any person.
Oh, Serrano.
I DM Dual Link.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's funny.
Of course, honey.
I'll share that in the YouTube chat. Copy link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Free. Oh, I'm inverted. Free to join Discord in all caps. And I'll
He likes
pin this
feet,
to the
but
top.
it's not. He likes
did
feet,
make
but it's not his. It's not his whole personality.
Oh yeah, it's a big.
I made it never ending, and there's no cap to how many people can use it. So you should always be able to use that link to share.
Oh, okay, cool. So it never changes. Excellent.
Yeah, it should never expire. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. I used to have. They used to call it a vanity link, which means you can choose how the link looks. And I used to have one for Crypto Down Under, but yeah, the boosting of my server ran out. Yeah.
Boosted to the third tier, you should be able to do that, but yeah, we're not boosted there anymore.
Yeah. Once upon a time
We were
I was.
for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I once upon a time had one, and then when you lose your boosts, you lose the vanity link thing. So
You paid for the boost, right?
Yeah.
Hell, yeah.
Can we pay with what the crypto we have in our balance?
I'm not sure.
No, I mean, technically no, because that doesn't go through Discord. That goes through TipCC, which is like an app within Discord. So it's not
Third party
by Discord. Yeah.
Yeah, there'd be a way.
I
You just have to jump some hoops.
So I just checked my balance. I have like $48. I'm like, how the
Nice,
fuck
man.
did I get $48?
Yeah. From people tipping you. I mean, if you want to, all you got to do is transfer it off. If you need help transferring it off, I can show you. It's really easy.
Well, it's the only crypto that I hodl.
Crypto you forget.
Nice.
The other stuff I don't even want to see. I just want to buy it and leave it alone.
I don't know. I've become such a good little investor. I'm like, I look at my stuff every day, like multiple times a day. I look at it, but I'm not tempted to sell any of it.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's your babies. Not financial advice, YouTube. You do whatever you want. I hope you're digging the music, YouTube. This is Trago and Jeru. All this chill out, these beats.
Yeah.
It's nice and relaxing.
Some good guys right there.
I'll be right back.
Gas
I'm just gonna
station,
wash my hands.
Wash.
Gotta go wash my hands.
Washington.
Washington. Or wrestle. Everybody's wrestling.
Wrestle.
My grandma used to talk like that. You gotta go wash your hands. Wash, Grandma, wash. There's no harm.
Yeah, it's funny. Like here in Vermont, people are so lazy with how they talk that like there's no T's in anything. Like Vermont, people don't pronounce it as Vermont. They don't put a T on the end, so it's just Vermont or like button, mountain. Like they're just the laziest fucking talkers. It's crazy. Yeah.
That's what happened to rap music. No one pronunciates anything anymore.
Right? I'll mumble rap.
All right,
Fine.
take the spell.
All right. I'm back. You have my full attention, everybody.
Yay!
Clean hands. Clean hands help. So, okay, YouTube. I mean, yeah, YouTube. Let's look at Bitcoin. Let's start from the weekly chart. Let's hide all the squiggles and drawings, if we can. Or even better, I can get a fresh slate. Sure, I've got a chart on here somewhere that's just fresh. This one's not too bad. I can work with this. All right, this is the Bitcoin US dollar index chart, which has, I believe, the most history, the most information on it of all charts for Bitcoin. Goes back to the dawn, basically, 2009. So, on the linear perspective, I think from the weekly time frame, we still have our structure. We still have our bull structure. Because if you take our bear market low from 2022, that is the lowest low. We'll just call that L for low. And then ever since then, we've either set equal lows or higher lows from that point. So here's the next one, which is a higher low. I know I've gone through this a few times, but I'll just do it to rehash real briefly. And then we've got equal lows. equal low. Sorry, that should be a higher low. This one here. The higher low. And then that's equal to that higher low. And then this up here is another higher low. And then this is where it comes down to how do you cut it? Are you calling this the next, well it is the next higher low obviously, but are we talking about these now? Because then this would be a lower low, like we've changed the character, so is this one. We've got lower lows now. We've changed the character of the trend, which we've been in for over 12 months, you know? We are now this. And that does happen. It happened over here too. We had a nice bull run, hit $65,000, sort of started to grind downwards, and people were like, it's okay, we just need to like set in the next low before we get permission to rocket higher. But that didn't happen. We actually got a crushing correction down to like $29,000. And a lot of people at the time were like, "Yep, that's it. That's the end of the bull market." You know, we even did like a death cross on the daily time frame, I believe, at the time. Like a death cross had been set in, and we're like, "Yep, all these signs are pointing to the end of the bull run." And even the oscillators were saying that too. But then, of course, back end of or mid July, we get this sudden resurgence, and we rocket up in a very short amount of time to create the all-time high of 69,000. So what I'm suggesting is that we may be in a similar kind of scenario where we're in this complacency phase. If you've ever looked at the Wall Street cheat sheet, I'll bring that up. Wall Street cheat sheet. And it'll show you like the different emotions and phases when those emotions hit. This is probably the best I can do. Let me just open this in a new tab and we'll zoom in on it. Okay. So, hope, optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria, which I believe we've already had all of that for now. Doesn't mean it's the end of the cycle, it's just the end of this like leg. Now complacency, this is what I'm suggesting we might be in. There's two primary things it could be, I think, at the moment, and I think one of them is complacency. We just need to cool off for the next rally, which is kind of what we're doing. That's kind of psychology. Yeah, we're just cooling off until we get, you know, permission to come up and go to like $100,000 on Bitcoin. Which could happen, but that's like on the flip side. So that's this scenario. That's this complacency theory that this could be, right? Now, what else could it be on this cheat sheet? It could be that we're just on a pullback, like a you know, we've had hope and optimism and even belief. And now we're in this, like, if I go back to previous parts of the chart, you'll see what I'm talking about. This section here. So obviously this one was over and done with within 3 weeks. But eventually it was basically a bull flag type thing. Like we came up, consolidated, and then carried on up again. So that could be what this is. This could just be a big old consolidation at this range before we do, you know, flag. You know, it becomes a flag and we get launched up to the next level. But yeah, from a market structure perspective, maybe it's the bias in me, but I still think that this is the low that is holding us bullish. This and that level is basically $40,000, 39k, 39 to 40, and we're still setting in higher lows. So speak up if you want to like weigh in on that concept of market structure. If you think it's been broken, or if you think it's just, it's been broken for now, but then it was just liquidation, like liquidity grabs that was grabbing all of this section. Because I don't doubt that all of this area was full of gaps, and Trago's a specialist with that. He really knows, like, the whole gap analysis stuff, the smart trader, smart money concept stuff. And then this was just a hell of a push down to grab all of that and fill those gaps. But man, I'm kind of on the fence. This whole section here, without a doubt, was quite obvious what was happening. So this portion of it, there was that portion, and then there was this portion here. This first half was the rumor, or buy the rumor, sell the news. This was the rumor of ETFs. This was the ETF approval. The correction of the ETF approval came and created that $39,000 to $40,000 price point, that pivot. And then everything after that is the post ETF approval hype train. Like, there was, just all of that money coming into the ETFs, and I think every day there was like a new record set for how many people were getting into an ETF on launch or whatever. Anyway, it did really well, but it's hit a high, and that's kind of where we're at. We're sort of we're waiting in the wing. We're waiting to see. But can you see? Look at how similar it is to this section of the chart here. That section right there looks very similar to this section. Yeah.
I knew you were going to say that.
However, the difference is, look at the tail on this candle. Look at that wick down. We didn't really get that over here.
A lot of buy
Notice
pressure.
that? Yeah. So that actually demonstrates that there's a lot of buying happening at that level.
Are you streaming or just giving TA?
Yes, he's streaming.
I'm doing all of the above.
But I was trying to figure out what level of dick I could be, but I'll let you do
whatever you want. Whatever you want to do.
A 7 on the scale of 1 to 10.
You're representing yourself. So
I'm representing Rick YouTube Live.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, I think Doge is in a rising wedge right now on the hourly chart. Zoom out a bit, you can find the structure. That's the structure there, that white rising wedge. Bitcoin is in if we go down to the hourly chart, wait, I need to go back to my old chart. This one, yeah. Bitcoin, let me delete these lines because they're not needed now. They've been, they've been dealt with. And this channel even, we've started to leave that idea. I'm going to delete that. It's not needed. I just like a nice clean slate to work with so there's less confusion. But this yellow line here, this pivot is a big deal. We need to get above that. We need to, otherwise we're just double topping it, We could come up here and get rejected by it and fall out of our rising wedge. And that would be a textbook, back under 60,000, back to maybe even test this low here. But
Rick.
Yeah, man.
Hey Rick, I know we're streaming, but where do I download that awesome, cool 70s porn music you have running in the background there?
I hit up Jeru and Trago. They hooked me up. They provided it for me because I was getting copyright claims on my streams, So that's where the artist will come in and go, hey, I want a piece of your monetization. And they take a slice, or they take all of it. So
you have 1,000 subscribers and 30 views a year. I need a piece of that action.
Exactly. Exactly. They want their cut of my $3.
Gotcha.
Or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's probably not even $3.
God,
yeah.
they should be happy that we gave them back YouTube and stopped using Napster.
Right.
Yeah, well, they can't have your super chats.
That's right. They can't have super chats. Exactly. And I was like, hey, Trago, hey, Jeru, you guys are really talented with your beats and everything and your music. Can you come up with something that I can use on my streams? And this is it. This is the result.
Can you beat me? I know that's what you asked.
Can you what?
Can you beat me? Is that what you asked him?
Can you hook me up? That's what I asked him.
Oh.
And
then beat you?
The comments. Thanks for the link. You're welcome, Peter. Hey Rick, we love you. The whole of Seattle area does. Oh, thanks, Brandy. Brandy, you need to jump into the chat with Peter.
Wait, you have a channel that people actually watch, while it's happening?
Yeah,
What?
dude. My YouTube live stream. Do you know that I have a YouTube channel, Matches?
This is happening now?
Yeah.
This is happening now, man.
Yes, it's live. It's a live stream on YouTube.
So,
do you know?
So now is actually now. Wow.
That's right. It's live.
Yeah, all live. I agree.
Yeah. So back in 2001, Matches, I started a YouTube channel up called Crypto Down Under, and I still use it every now and then. And this is it.
The only thing you've done since 2021, the only thing, 2021, and all he's done is taught me water and gloss.
Water?
Water.
Yeah, he taught me how to say
water.
Lemon water.
Lemon
water, gloss. So that's all he taught me, and I can say Whopper like an American.
Whopper.
Like Australian entertaining.
All right, back to
your friend
reading the
doesn't
comments
listen. Whopper.
Oh, sorry. All right, go back to your. I disrupted too much. Finish your streaming, unless you were only reading comments.
It's fine.
Okay,
Master's lessons.
Solid
says,
5 out of 10.
He
Solid
says,
5 out of 10.
Rick, how are it? Do. More people here than B Crypto. Oh, well, we gotta give B Crypto live stream some love too. Who's that annoying guy on B Crypto now? Rick, what do you think about MicroStrategy? I think MicroStrategy's great. It's been working for them so far. I don't think they're failing. I think Michael Saylor is doing a great job. He seems like a Perma Bull, and people don't like that because it's not good to be a Perma Bull when you're a trader, because you can get, liquidated or stopped out or whatever. But he is an investor. He's not a trader. He's an investor.
Holding all the way.
He's holding for deal. He has never expressed any I'm selling everything here or anything like that. He's just collecting it.
He's an investor. He holds the bags forever.
Yeah, he does. He's doing a fantastic job. Master's lesson says, I'm the guy B loves to ban and block. Oh, okay. That says it all. Masters.
Hey,
I've
what's
been around
up?
since Bitcoin was
We miss
$71. Oh, shit. I don't know who you are, Masters.
We miss you. We miss you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like a boy wound.
I can mute him. I have that power.
I don't have any friends in here, and I don't miss anybody.
There you go.
And I make 3 times more money shorting.
3 times more money shorting. I know
Shout
how
out
to
to Clyde,
trade a
my
bear
boy.
market. I know how to trade.
Shout out to my boy Clyde.
You know,
Making money.
Clive used to be just a YouTube viewer of my stream. That's how Clive came in. That was
awesome.
Clive's entry into our realm. Yeah.
Clive
So
taught
that
me
could
how
be
to
you
short
too. That
a
could be
bull
anyone.
market.
Yeah. I need to get my Clive soundboards out. Where's my Clive's?
You know, it's
go.
rumored that no one knows the beginning of Clive. His mother
That's
doesn't
right.
even know.
No, he's a mystery. He's a.
I know how to trade a bear market.
I
saw
All I
chaos. I
see
didn't
is
see
chaos. I don't see charts. There
Yeah.
you go.
I saw chaos. I didn't see patterns.
I think it does exactly what I think it's going to do. Yeah, I probably make about 30,000 trades a year, and 17 of them are bad.
Fuck you. That's incredible stats. I love you, Clive.
17 of them
Clive's
are bad.
fantastic. Serrano says, leave it to matches to make this ass cancer to listen to. Ass cancer.
Clive, Clive, get in here and read some of these comments off with Rick. Come on, man.
Matches FUD alert.
FUD.
Yeah, I won't read everything out. I'll leave it to you. Your eyes. I trust your eyes can read, guys. So you can do
For your eyes only.
You're so full of shit, dude.
So.
But what about us for blind people, Rick?
No.
Do you know if you have no prior?
You've got head-on vision, Coley. You're good.
Do you know YouTube? I just wanted to let you know that if you're younger and you've never had injuries, but you have a lot of lower back pain, it's probably because there's a lot of shit in your intestines. You should get that checked out.
Well,
Poopy. And this was
The more
your
you
daily
know.
medical tip.
The more you know. Yeah. All right. So yeah, Bitcoin, and Doge.
This hour is brought by Xlax.
We're going down to 0.
Does anyone want to take the wheel? As in, like, does anyone want to share anything? Like, screen share? And we've got 19 people tuned in. I feel world famous right now. This is incredible.
Yeah, does anybody have any coins that they want to give TA on or shill on?
I need to... How many people is 19 people?
Well,
like, visually speaking. Is it like a classroom?
It's one less than 20.
Yeah.
It's a small classroom.
Look, this is 19 people. I'm putting a picture up on my stream right now. That's 19 people, apparently.
Those are 19 Clives.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Can you
12,
imagine
13,
having
14,
to teach
15, 16,
19
that's 19
Clive?
That's you guys tuned in right now. So thank you.
No. Picture this, Rick. Let's pick something Clive hasn't done for 15 years, right? Like one thing. Let's just say he's never guarded. And you had to teach 19 60-some-year-old Clives in a room. I think you could do it, dude. I think you could do it.
Why not? I'll give it a go.
I think you could do it.
How much is 250 people? Because I used to pull that back in 2021.
That's a chunk.
250 is like not bad. It's like
It'd be 10 of those
pictures. Okay, open
It's like
your
a-
new tab. Hell yeah, dude. That's like a university lecture, lecture hall full of students. At a
Toppers, is
university.
250 enough
It's
to
not
be a
bad.
battalion?
No.
It's like a company, right? Because our companies were what? About
250?
Well, it depends
Well,
how many
each
platoons we
platoon-
had.
My platoon had 95 guys.
See, we were tiny. My platoons were tiny. Holy shit.
There you go.
Okay.
That's 250. That's 250. Used to be that group, that size group, but that'll happen again when the necessary price action and the necessary part of the market cycle. We've got a whole bunch of new fresh eyes on the streams. So
Rick, I got a crypto name.
Yeah.
Crypto platoon.
Oh, yeah, you could do that.
Yep.
Yeah, that is a name.
KP Crypto.
Where are we at? That's right. We were looking at the micro. Okay, this is starting to break.
We're
down
looking
a
at
little.
Bitcoin about to dump.
Yeah, it looks like it's about to let go.
Dumpity dump.
That's a really bad acronym.
Does that turn into like a running flat, or does it? Yeah, what happens to the bottom side of this? That's the big question.
I don't know. I guess they don't go get that liquidity then.
Yeah, they can
That'd
push
be
down,
weird.
test lows again.
Pitch a tail
So-
on one side.
So
coming in
looking
on
at
the
that,
other.
looking at that section, there would be a fib that exists from low to high on there. The 0.5 is back down over here at $60,331.
On to 47.
If you want to talk
And
about
lower.
down here, look at the 0.5. It's a perfect retest of this high here. If we 0.5 it, right there, something like that, a cradle. It would cradle into that and then test it, and then come back up, and you get a bounce. That's if it does a 0.5. But isn't that beautiful? So that's something Turbo used to, or probably still does, I would say. Turbo, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but these things, these beautiful 0.5 boxes that he used to draw and focus in on a lot. Look at this. You line that up. Look at that. Bang, bang. You've got a target.
She hit
there.
the ground, bang, bang.
Excellent.
Sorry.
Excellent shit.
Excellent.
Trying too hard, matches.
You know, Rick, what are you looking at on or Turbo or anybody wants to? What do you guys have any altcoins that you particularly like? I know we talk about Doge and Bitcoin, but do you
Yeah.
have anything that you think is pinned on the floor and that has been
That has good
kind of
potential?
bottoming?
Yeah,
Right.
dude. I think injected
Next. Down 1 minute.
INJ. It's not on the floor because it's that good, but it is retraced a lot. I think INJ has potential, but it's still obviously it's still figuring out its retracement, its floor. I would argue.
CRV, Dow. CRV, Dow. Dow. Dow.
CRV Dow.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
I'm really hyper and I'm lying.
Go smoke a joint.
You're excited, man.
Or light a let's
halfway
hear
there.
some bubbles right now.
I'm halfway there now.
Ah,
Delete all this old TA on Jasmy.
Pat's ass down. 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute. Let's see if it hits.
Well, I would love if they just decide to just roll over. I thought they would at least want to go a little higher, but make it easy. That's fine.
I'll tell you what's fantastic about Jasmy.
I'm in at 617.
This line right here. That line on Jasmy is like such a big line of support in the past. Like you
Did
had those guys. You had basically that guy there. If this falls again, that is a really nice buy, I would say. Because if it acts as support again, then damn, that's a nice level. It's got history, as you know. There's reason to buy at those levels. Not financial advice, of course.
Oh my
yeah,
God!
it's a
God
zone.
forbid.
Be like a zone, right?
I didn't pass master lessons.
You didn't pass master lessons.
He wrote.
What?
The turbo pass. I'm hearing all referring to him as past tense.
Okay, that's Megaloot.
Master
said that.
Tinker.
I'm here.
Turbo definitely didn't pass.
God forbid.
Still present tense.
Yeah, still here. Still here and still clear. Alright. So yeah, I like Jasmy. Jasmy's kind of cool. A lot of what's in this list here I do like the look of.
Rip turbo.
I think I've got some turbo sound bites.
I told you I'm going to be rich next year. You have to believe it for it to happen, man.
You do. It's so true. You have to believe it.
If you're not buying the dip, I feel bad for you, son. But you didn't trade it.
All the good ones. Where's some other good ones? Some other classics.
Hey, what's wrong with you doing leverage trading? What's wrong with you?
I'm not sure. I've never done long term.
It could go up or down. We'll find out at that moment, you know what I mean? But as soon as it breaks in one direction or the other, it's obviously the trade's on, you know what I mean? It's instantly, I'm going straight into the exchange, making the trades. That's how I roll, you know what I mean? So,
You know,
dude, I miss that guy.
That is a donut.
Don't worry,
like,
he'll be back.
"Here's a donut."
He'll be back. He'll be back when we reach 87. Tell us everything's fine. You just gotta buy.
No, he literally could pop back up, and I promise to be 50% nicer.
Me too. I won't ask him who he's talking to.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
If he starts talking to himself, I'll just let it happen. I promise.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah. He is from way back in the day. I remember him from 2018. Me and Serrano remember. Yeah. He was in our old circles. So yeah, he'll swing through when the time's right.
He's not. Yeah, he's not new or unaware of crypto at all.
Oh,
Don't
no,
let
he's
him.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows what he's somewhat talking about.
I mean, we're live on YouTube, but I guess I can. Let me just say it like this: sometimes when people are trading small cap things and different alts and different coins, and they find out you are, and they have a lot more money than you, I think people liquidity hunt, and I think they look for large groups of people that are going into certain coins. I think they liquidity hunt.
Yeah.
And I think they use blatant. I think they use blatant, gaslight. Not gaslight. Blatant like hyping in certain things and like getting really bullish or bearish to kind of influence trades. Doesn't work in here though.
It works
Right.
to counter. It works on counter trades.
Said everything I need to say, guys. Thanks for letting me.
What's Sheba been up to the last few? Oh, it's
Doing
starting to
looking
creep,
great.
dude. It's starting to creep out of a big falling wedge. Sheba
Yeah.
Inu. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I'm gonna retire after this one.
Sheba.
I'm gonna take my 85 million SHIB and retire.
I had an old position.
Not really. I'll probably
the hype over there.
once it breaks 70,000 by a good distance, I'll probably put a stop loss at 70 and let it run. I put a block of ice in one of these containers that keep things cold.
Oh yeah.
I'm still using the same block of ice 2 days later with all the water I add.
Fantastic. You know what, man? I'm gonna have a look at XRP. Let's have a look at that shit.
Oh yeah.
Do I have it in my list? Oh, sure I do. Of course I do.
It's like buying bonds from the government.
Got XLM.
Thanks, Rick,
twice.
for all your
What
TA.
the- Oh, you're welcome. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, seriously. Good stuff.
XRP.
I wandered
How
around
many-
my phone for the last 5 minutes looking for it. It was fucking terrible.
Where's
Yeah, never finding this fucking thing.
Where the hell
Holy
is
shit,
my
she's doing beer.
Where's my long-term XRP chart? Yeah, this goes way back. This goes back to like 2013. This is before XRP was even a thing, like known in, because we had the ultra pump to $3.30, right? And we're almost apexing Look at that. Look at how we're coming right up into this apex. So we've got. Let me just actually.
Oh, it's coming on
let's hide
XRP.
this. Yeah, can you see that? Look at that apex.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah. It's
Turbo,
even
I'm on
popping out right
15
now, to be
minutes.
honest. So you
I
got
really
yourself, You got yourself a big opportunity there, potentially, for some movement.
So Bitcoin is about about to bounce right here?
I don't think so.
I'm on the small time frames, thinking waiting.
Because of the scalp? Yeah, I mean...
Well, look, it's a retest of this pivot over here, potentially, on the low time frame.
Yeah, if it doesn't pass that low, I'm in.
It's going down, guys. Even if it swings a little bit up right now, it's going down. Target 0.5. Bottom of the range, white line on Rick's screen. Top of the range, other white line on his screen.
Why don't you tell him, Turbo?
All right, let's play a game. Let's play a game, YouTube. We're gonna get a poll. I'm gonna put a poll up. Start a poll.
You don't want to tell him.
Fuck. Damn it! Now it's gonna go wrong for me. Fucking shit,
BTC, fall from this
that
descending triangle.
Triangle.
And I'll have yes or no as the options. Descending triangle. All right, start.
You ever
poll.
bite your thumb skin?
Cast your votes, not pass your votes. Cast your votes. I have bitten my thumb skin before, yeah.
Bet you bite it just a little too much, and it fucking hurts right at that point when you do it.
Like almost like a hangnail.
Watch your triangle while you bite your thumb.
So 18
All right, what
people.
happens right now?
We got 19 people listening right now.
I don't know.
We're at the low. Is it going to get lower?
Yes.
Yeah. So, how many people have... 5 people have voted. 60% of them say yes, it's going to break down out of this descending triangle.
It's going to happen right now. Right now. Watch.
It's definitely threatening.
Give it 10 seconds. I'm on a 1 second, so... Bye-bye.
Oh, okay. Now, will it just be wick, or will it be...
I'm short.
I'm short.
$1,000.
Is it just a
5x?
Is it just a liquidity grab?
61.7.
Could be, dude. You never know in these areas, man, honestly. But the 0.5 is a good estimation.
Yeah, I want to see what it does at 65. 60.5. I want to see what it does around that level.
Damn it, I exited my short.
The Sicilian Sith says, cheers all. Good stuff as always. Thanks, Rick. You're welcome, Sicilian Sith. I like
matches. This is an easy one.
Darth Maul
57
picture.
57? No.
Could be a bear trap.
Probably. I mean, yeah, it could be. And watch your.
I know. I was being a little bit generous.
60,336.
I have 60,046, but there's about $100 gap on my perpetuals versus the regular chart, so I would say 60,200.
Just long the tail after. That's your cat's ass down right now. That's starting.
Now, I think what we want to do is keep an idea of where parallel would touch if we were to get a parallel. So that is something like that.
Remember, Jackson holes tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. So to all who voted yes, congratulations, you were correct. I'll end the poll because it's, it did break down. I mean, we're still waiting on candle closes on the 5-minute, but that's okay. So I'm going to dot it, I'm going to dash that line because it's been broken.
Listen to the chart.
So the question is, where does it get the bounce?
I'm feeling confused.
The 60,300 and whatever the number I just gave is a good estimation of where it can bounce on the cat's ass. Just remember, scalp line is all the way at the bottom of 59,300.
Yeah, it's gonna be a brutal dump.
So I'm thinking maybe
I'm short, so we'll
dude,
see.
be
No,
careful.
Jade,
of-
this is. I
careful
would
of
hold it
that
till at
level.
least 57.
Yeah, careful of this level, dude. It may not be the pivot, but it'll be a. You'll get a. I think you might get a reaction because that was a look at the pivot on that.
If we clear this,
I saw.
guys, without any reattempt here, like it's going to 57. Like they're not even gonna try to make it go to fucking 62. Man, that's
Man,
okay because
I wish I wasn't.
there's little liquidity left up there. It's because they're gonna swing it back up to 65 anyways in 2 days. They'll go get it.
Hey, remember YouTube to
Here
smash
comes.
up the like
Come on.
button. Smash the like button. Tell your grandma or tell your mum, tell your dad, tell your sisters and brothers. Tell your neighbors about Crypto Down Under live streaming right now. See if we can
Especially your squirrels. Don't
Yeah.
forget them.
We'll see if we can get above 18 people. I think the cap for today, the highest we've had, is 20 people tuned in. 21, sorry, 21. That's the level to beat.
But only 13 likes. Hello. What's going on here? Smash that like button.
Tell your wife's boyfriend about Crypto Down Under. Yeah, that's right, Stu. Tell your wife's boyfriend.
Yeah, Alex Becker had like the longest running joke with like Cardano holders, and he was like, "Yeah, just remember to tell your wife's boyfriend, about how much Cardano you hold tonight." It was terrible. Went on for months.
Yeah.
In my opinion, you hold the 0.5 on this move. It's a right ear down interruption. You're going to get a serious candle to the top side. Just my opinion. Do what you want with it.
Dude, I
Just like this morning.
How fun it is to just sit in live stream and talk to the YouTube
Yeah,
chat.
I'm surprised they didn't try to go for 62
and do this. It's
when
good
they had
fun.
a chance.
He got out
More often.
of his trade. He took profit. Trago.
I
Hey.
told my wife about the Jackson Hole and she got excited. That's great.
What is
Excellent.
this Jackson Hole?
Jackson Hole Summit.
Yeah, what is that?
It's just a meeting at the Jackson Hole.
Oh, Jackson Hole. Hole. It's a hole.
Hole. Hole.
Hallway. Just like a
Jackson
hole.
Hole. It's a symposium.
I don't even know if I want to short the rest of this or I want to long the reaction. If I try to do both in this range,
What if it reacts right here?
it's not reacting right here in my book, so I don't think so.
Entry on a short J.
I think you're going to get a solid candle down here.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You wait for a perfect entry up here somewhere wherever it stops for a second before it rolls over for good, unless it does it right now.
I mean, I just see the cat. I'm long the tail after. I'm telling you, I'm not staying in the short in this. I'm doing this because I'm bullish on the move, not bearish on the move.
Okay, I'm telling you, 57. We have liquidity.
You think that low though? Yeah.
And it starts with Jackson Hole. And the thing is, Jackson Hole is a nothing burger. And we're gonna rip.
59 photos she just sent me to look at. 59, not 10.
Look at the the mountain structure behind Jackson Hole. Do you reckon that's got any kind of? Are they trying to say something with that? Looks like a chart.
Let me see. Okay, let's chart that.
Is there a cat there?
Yeah, right there. Fails the ass tail up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a much bigger one too.
Those are
Don't tell Clive.
The tetons.
I was gonna say I just see things. Jackson Hole. It says hole, not hall.
Yeah, because it is Hole.
Oh, it is hole.
Oh. You gotta listen to his accent. Jackson Hole.
Tetons. The Tetons. Yeah.
I'm gonna get wrecked on this move.
Ultra.
Look which one you're at.
Feeling
Hey Rick, can you put a fractal on those mountaintops?
Yeah, I want to do a Fibonacci retracement on that dip there.
Okay, can we do it though for real? Hold on, because I'm gonna freak you
I
out.
can drag the picture into here.
Above the
into
H, yeah,
TradingView.
yeah.
And then you can let me just like up the res.
I see two perfect ones already.
All right. Let me bring it to like a part of the chart that doesn't have scribbles everywhere. Hang on a minute.
Oh, there's actually a macro and a micro on that one already. Your first one is almost perfect.
Okay.
We're turning around, guys.
Jackson Hole picture. Let's do a Fibonacci retracement. Actually, Fibonacci, a trend-based Fibonacci extension.
From the highest peak, so you can do it left and right.
But you can do like a dip to a top, to a pullback, and it gives you targets. Look at that! It hit the 2.618 fib level. Actually, it went beyond.
What the fuck are you doing, dude? Highest peak to that bottom.
Yeah. All right, I'll do that as well. It's a Fibonacci retracement.
Amuse me.
So there,
or a simple box. Yeah.
To where?
You guys are discussing Jackson Hole.
We're Fibonacciing the Jackson Hole. Look at the point.
That's
where are you
Teton, not Teton. That's the Tetons.
Teton.
Tetons? The Teton. Teton in French is tits, by the way. Teton.
Okay, well, that's not.
Serrano already corrected.
Okay, where's your 0.5 right there? Stop moving, for fuck's sake.
Where's the down? Like, which dip are we talking about?
This is probably
that one right there.
Okay.
This is probably the most important economic meeting in the world this year.
Yeah, I don't doubt it, man.
Oh, you can't change
It's nothing to laugh at. It's really nothing.
No.
This is
Dude, we're putting fibs on it. How can we laugh at it? 0.5.
Yeah.
Look at that perfect 0.5 rejection. Fuck.
Yeah.
You didn't even know what Jackson Hole was.
I didn't, but now I see the chart.
It's not a chart.
It's a fucking picture. Look, it's on Rick's screen.
It's an economic symposium. It's a big meeting. Yeah, it's a big congregation.
It's a huge meeting among
It's a
the
summit.
hugest economic policy makers in the world.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
It's a big economic
Cool.
orgy, and they all get together, and there's a climax at the meeting, and then markets move based
So,
off the meetings.
are we talking about people
Whoa,
with
the
different
climax
agendas type of thing? Like bigger agendas
Big
that might
agendas?
control the world?
Well, it's...
They're economic forecasters,
agendas?
basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's more about forecasting than policy.
If we get a reaction here, man.
Oh.
If we get
No
a
reaction.
This, it could
Bottom
be a
side
fall.
retest of the 0.5. No.
It could
Still
be a
hold
falling
true
wedge.
to my quote. We will not pass 70K by the end of first quarter next year.
You said 69.
69K.
Thank you.
We won't pass 70K either.
That's true.
Okay.
But we will.
Okay.
Eventually.
We'll see how many times I'm right. But there is no eventually about it. It never does. It never does. It could never pass it. Period.
It could be unburdened by what has been.
Let me get
Think
a
about it.
stochastic.
If it goes down, it never will. You will never be able to say it because it'll be past your lifetime.
We're pretty primed
What if
for
you're
a little
burdened
uptick
by
here on
what's
Bitcoin, by the way.
Huh?
We turned around on Bitcoin.
No, we haven't matched
It
this.
was a micro,
like $100
a micro bounce. Yeah, little micro bounce.
Dude, put your 1 second on.
I haven't paid for TradingView this year, so I
On the
can't do
1
1
minute.
second.
Why? It's there. It's right on your chart.
I
It
know,
doesn't give
but
you the
look what
1 second.
happens. It says, "Hey, why don't you?"
No, you cannot.
Yeah,
you
suck.
fuckers.
From where you guys said it was going down, it's going up.
It's $1 right now. It's $1.
What?
Are we watching
Well, I'll do-
Bitcoin
Yeah.
or are we watching something else?
Yeah, no, I'm watching.
We
I'm
are
watching
Bitcoin
Bitcoin
going up.
Static.
Yeah,
just
Bitcoin's
tuned
going
in.
to go up through the night.
Thank you, Static, for
you
the
cheap
$2
bastard. Could you not tip him more than $2?
The $2 super chat. I appreciate that, Static. Thank you.
I'm joking.
I've had a super chat in 6 months, and that's very nice.
Fuck. All right.
I'm just kidding. It's been a.
Okay, by morning we'll break 61.3.
How do I super chat this shit?
I don't know, man. You don't have to do that.
Super stickers, super chat. Show support for crypto down under.
And we won't go over. We won't go over 62.5, Clive.
You mean in as far as I projected? I'm saying by morning we'll be at 61.3.
I got a surprise.
Yeah, no, I'm
for
saying
you,
that we won't go higher than
What's your time
62.5
frame
by
on
tomorrow.
By tomorrow. 62.5? Did you say?
Yeah, there's no more liquidity.
My
above,
keyboard doesn't work.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
62.3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and do this without doxing myself.
I'm so stupid. Oh
All right,
my god.
check out what
Bro,
I got.
that is
YouTube.
beyond stupid.
I
Because
finally
Jay, you see what they're doing to us, right?
out.
Do not show your passport on YouTube.
It just shows where I'm from. That's all right.
Don't open.
I'm not
that
opening
shit
it.
up.
I'm just like, this is what I
Jay.
got because I want to come
Hi.
to America.
Why 57?
So, yeah.
Because we're squeezing, in a sense, over and over and over. And we're getting more momentum. You know, we were just at 67, 70, right? And we come down. We've been making a lower high, sweeping down. Now we went down to 49. Now we'll come down again. Make a higher low, go to 65, but make a higher high. A lower high. That's why we'll come down for that last sweep. All we're doing is that's why we have these big ass fucking. We're just collecting liquidity.
Uh-huh.
Are you on the daily chart?
Yeah, you'll see it's big. It's a big wedge, big megaphone, really.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
I think the wedge is getting smaller rather than larger.
There you go. That's my move. That bottom there will be September, the end of September, the last week of September. And you megaphone
And
out
price will be in the range of
48 to 44.
okay.
Oh my god!
I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
have to
want to
disagree.
59.7.
Wait, if we're not going up, then we're going down. Clive, how are you disagreeing with that too?
I'm disagreeing that we'll be at 43.
Oh, okay.
I think we're going to stay in a range of 55 to 65 for till the election.
I didn't say 43. I said 44. 44.
Okay.
That's the lowest possible because there's two big order blocks down there. One at 48 and one at 44 for the last 6 months.
I'm gonna go do a quick
Which is shit
overview
ton
of the DXY because I haven't done that in a long time. And damn, we're coming down to 100. The DXY.
100?
Yeah, 100 on the DXY.
Well, keep in mind what the DXY measures.
Yeah, America's performance against the other major global currencies like the yen,
There are
like the
four.
pound, like the
Yeah, and which one is the most
euro.
predominant?
The most what? Sorry.
Which one is the most predominant? Almost 50% of it measured.
The euro.
Probably the euro.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the euro. So it's a very slanted because
Right.
it is so against the euro.
Mhm.
Australia, don't even think about
Yeah,
it. Okay.
dude. Aussie
The
dollar.
Japanese
Look at
yen,
that.
that has totally changed.
So check this out, Clive. I don't know if you're looking at my screen or not, but
Am.
this yellow line here is when the Aussie dollar had achieved parity with the US dollar. So that's the $1 dollar for
Understand.
dollar backward
Yeah.
and forward. We've been let me just zoom this to where every column is worth.
And that's
one
why you
unit.
want to buy the Australian dollar, not sell it.
Right.
You're going in
So-
the wrong direction.
No, but I have no choice. Like, if I want to buy crypto, I mean, I can buy it with Aussie dollars, but if, obviously Tether is.
Well,
the
yeah.
stablecoin
If
of
you're
choice.
talking momentary,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it
that's
is what
right.
it is.
I'm,
Okay,
yeah.
but if you're investing, you
No,
want to take your dollars
yeah.
and move them to Australian
Aussies.
dollars.
Yeah.
For now.
For Forex. If you're talking strictly Forex, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, the
you
Aussie
guys
dollar.
talking
It's yeah, buying US dollars back down here was nasty. Like, you know, basically.
Yeah, it was.
Lucky if it was 62 cent. Yeah, 63.
Okay.
Something like that. This was a very nasty spike down at COVID.
Yeah.
We were like, yeah. But
I mean, those are sort of once in a century, because the last one was 1919. Okay, of COVID, that COVID came out, and so basing highs and lows off a century, you're not investors that are that minded. You are not generational wealth where you're trying to build up. You know, you own massive amount of properties in New York City or gasoline stations across the United States. We're simple people. 6 month projections are about our time limit.
Holy shit, Turbo! Thanks, my brother. $10 Canadian super chat. High Static, Rick, and Joy. Thanks, man. Love it. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that, Clive. A 6 month
Love you too.
stochastic turn on a chart, you know, shows a lot.
But it's again the like anything in statistics, you throw out the very bottom, you throw out the very top, and you deal with the 92% to 86% that you have data. There's it's not irrelevant per se, but when you start including those, it's like median average versus average. You know, what is the average person making in the United States? That's not as important as what half of the people make more than this, and half of the people make more than that.
Man, the poor old Canadian dollar, similar boat to the Aussie dollar against the greenback, which is what the US dollar is nicknamed, right? The greenback.
Oh, by the way, on your question of why left hand and we drive on the left hand side of the street and the right hand, it goes back to the stagecoach days.
Ah, stagecoaches.
When you're throwing the whip backwards, if you're on the side of the, you would catch it in the trees and it would take you right off the stagecoach.
That makes sense. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's not something I Googled. I just happened. My father actually taught me that.
Ah.
We played trivia all the time, every night.
Oh,
I like
trivia.
And I would have to go to,
any day of the week.
the library. I would have to go to the library and look up the answers.
I'm a culture vulture, Clive.
There you go.
Bitcoin is.
You can go against. I'll go against your brains on fucking
Thank you very much.
everything else other than culture.
We fucking lost 61K, dude. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey boys,
Look,
we had
there's nothing
boys
above
and
us.
girls.
So,
Warning.
You know,
Warning.
crazy. There's nothing above us, right? I mean, we just got that liquidity, so we're probably just gonna swing right back down now.
Oh, we're gonna. Let me tell you, the
You
swing
see what I
down
mean?
is gonna be something like you've never seen.
I know.
Oh,
I'm
come
just
on.
saying.
Wait. We've seen BT.
Clive, don't bite. Don't bite.
At 15K.
Don't bite.
We've seen it at what, 80?
Clive, you've never seen a drop like this in all 193 years of your life.
Okay, yeah, right. I told you guys how much I lost on Enron.
There's the Titanic too. Forgot about that.
Just think about Sam. Think about Sam Bankman-Fried jumping off of a diving board and his titties dropping. That's what this is gonna be like.
I was around when the Hunt brothers and the Silver Boom. Those were drops where you can't sell it. No one wants to buy it. The market opens. Anyone want to buy it 50? No. How about 45? No. 30, 20, 10, 3.
20 cents. Yeah, man.
Keep in mind that the stock market used to be a bunch of people standing around in a room yelling at each other.
Is anybody looking at any of these altcoins move here? Like, I don't hear anybody talking about altcoins.
Fucking hey, dude, my ship took a fucking climb.
I'm waiting for us to flush tomorrow. Then I'm gonna get in.
I know that's.
I mean, you have like
I don't know.
40% moves off the floor on some of these, dude. It's pretty impressive.
Really? Like which
Look at Chainlink. Chainlink. There's one.
Every day in the morning, I give you 5 of them that moved up 100% stocks.
That doesn't count though. The companies are failing. These companies are succeeding in crypto.
What is an altcoin? What is altcoin?
I'm just kidding, Clive. I'm playing.
I know. At
Sometimes
least
I gotta tell
at-
you though, so you don't get triggered.
Oh, it's okay. But these type of movements happen all the time in stocks as well. And there's almost
Absolutely.
the same number of altcoins as there are stocks.
Yeah, I mean, there's new ones popping up every day that are useless, but there's plenty that are useful as well.
If you landed on another planet and had to explain what crypto does, they would look at you like you were crazy.
If they understood how a computer works, then they would understand.
Yeah, but it doesn't have a use case yet.
If you tried to explain to them politics and you landed on another planet, they'd probably kill you because it was
No, politics can
toxic.
be explained. That is the interaction of humans.
If you were like, look, this is how it works. There's two parties and da-da-da-da-da, they'd probably just murk you right there and be like, nah, we got to get rid of this. This is cancer.
Yeah. I mean, we always have had politics.
Yeah. They've always been corrupt
As
too.
soon as someone found out that women were good for sex, we had politics.
That's all they're good for too, right, Clive?
I was reading about, I was listening to a particular show about how these armies where you kissed your children goodbye and you were off to war, but
oh my God,
you did not go down the street and go to war. You didn't go a day or two walking. You went months, and you most likely would die on the way to war. And if you didn't die on the first day of the war, which most likely 90% of you would, you're going to die on the second.
We're going to
And
fucking
they'll
war.
never know where you died. They'll never know how you died. But your family would be left behind, and you go off marching for your country.
Well, that's it. You said it. We're going to fucking war.
No, we're not going to war. Mankind knows that there's a death switch that Russia definitely implemented at one point. We don't know if it's still active, but they have a death switch. And the key behind nuclear now is miniaturization. You can carry a nuclear weapon onto the battlefield.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Looks like we're so far bouncing, boys and girls, on Bitcoin.
No.
On the small
What
time
are you
frame.
trading? Are you like doing that live trading thing, Rick, or are you just monitoring?
Yeah, I'm just live streaming right now on YouTube and following like micro price action, so like 5-minute chart stuff.
Gotcha.
1-minute
Gotcha.
chart. Yeah. There's no question. It's currently in a downtrend off the high.
It's 9:30 in New York. People are going to bed. You will start back over in Japan.
Randall,
in about
you're a legend.
4.5 hours.
Randall just super chatted $4.20. Little kangaroo hopping across the screen. Appreciate it, my dude.
Are you gonna cry?
Yeah, I am gonna cry. It's like touching my heart.
It's very touching. Yeah.
So much love for
So-
you, Rick.
Yeah, thank you. Right back at you guys. What do we got here? There is another trend. Look at this little sub-trend happening here within our falling wedge on the 1-minute chart. There's a trend line that like pushes us down here. See that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so far we are respecting that. I'm gonna make it pink, just for fun. And you know, a trend is a trend until it's broken. So right now we're respecting it. I'm gonna see if there's a parallel nature to this trend as well, just by duplicating the line. Not quite. Let's trying to see. It's more, I would say it's potentially more of a wedge once again. Yeah, I can see reasons to why people might say that that's a channel. Maybe like they're at best. But
Hello.
I'd more prefer to have it like that.
That's a little kangaroo.
Little kangaroo, yeah.
That's very cute.
Yeah, the little Joey jumps into the guy's pouch. Have you seen that? That's what happens when
I
get
mean,
a
it just
super chat.
popped up on your screen.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, that is what is that called
didn't do
again?
that.
It's like a little thing that I set up for my stream. It's Streamlabs, I think. Streamlabs. It's like a free service where you log in like to your YouTube channel through them, and they apply all these little like widgets and things that pop up on your screen when people interact with YouTube. So when someone tips, I've got it so that little video comes up with the guy catching the kangaroo in the pouch. It's kind of funny. Why will I get banned here for typing too fast? Wouldn't be the first time you guys know. I own BTC Live channel, right? Oh.
What?
I think that's an automation thing, Master's Lessons. YouTube will automatically slow your messages down. It's not me or anyone doing that. It's just... It like slows down the how often someone can send a message. I think I might be able to adjust it through here even. Customization perhaps? Yeah, it's called slow mode. I don't have it on at the moment. It's just standard message. You can spam the chat. But don't do it.
Is that one of the auto mod features?
I think it might be, yeah. You can turn on slow mode to where it only lets you like message once a minute or something like that to prevent spam. It's slowly starting to quiet back down. We had a peak of 22 viewers in this stream. That's cool. 18 likes. We're down to 16 viewers now. Welcome back to Crypto Radio. It's like a little radio station. You know what's crazy? Do you think like disc jockeys, DJs on radio stations, do you think they know how many people are tuned in? Was that ever a thing? Did they know how many people were listening? Like live in the moment? I don't think they did. They might have just assumed the numbers. I don't know how they would get the stats on that.
Oh, Luke DM'd me today asking me for that. But did he tap in there at all?
I haven't heard him today.
I didn't
I heard
hear him.
Viv came. Viv's back around.
He DM'd me asking for the S&P chart with the rate cuts overlaid on it. I gotta scribble it up for him real quick.
Oh yeah, dude, I used to have that on one of my.
What do you have to scribble up?
My
Say it
S&P
just goes
charts.
down. That's all you gotta fucking do. Point downward.
I think but him and I went through it before, and we kind of like nailed exactly how long it took for the downtrend to start, and like a bunch of other shit. So
You, him, and me. I think I was part of that.
Yeah.
Well, at least I did make a chart with the rate situations against the S&P 500 and like what kind of reaction. It might have even been a NASDAQ chart, to be honest. NASDAQ.
yeah, any of them will work really.
Yeah, the NDX chart maybe. Let's just do NASDAQ. Let's build it up again.
Total 3 still looks fucking. Just really quickly, Total 3 still looks spectacular. Like that has not changed. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. What do we need? Interest rates, right? Interest rates. I'll put it on the
Fed
new
funds
price scale. Yeah, Fed funds rate, Federal Reserve. So at the moment, we're maxed out at 5.5%. We've been paused for a number of months. But this sort of depicts where all the cuts happened and how severe. Remember how we were talking about that yesterday? We're like, how aggressively have they cut in the past? During COVID, they just chopped it from, I think it was 1.75%, and they chopped it down to nothing in one meeting, I think. Is it? Or 2 meetings? Maybe 2.
2. For COVID, it was 2.
Yeah. It was at 1.75. They chopped it. It went down to 1.25, and then it came down to like 0.25 very rapidly. That was a rapid cut. And they were already cutting. They had already started cutting midway 2019 before COVID was even a thing. They were already they were letting the market back down slowly. And look at the way the stock market, look at this. The stock market was marching on up.
Right,
See that?
Rick.
Hey. Now we're talking. However, when there was an emergency cut, obviously that was, I would argue, in reaction to markets collapsing at the time. They're like, fuck, we have to ease the pressure quickly, cut the crap out of the rates, and then...
Wouldn't have anything to do with anybody being like unable to move or anything.
Yeah, or .com or housing crash.
Well, let's go back
just
to
only the last 3.
No, let's go back to GFC, because that's important too. That's a big example. And I don't disagree with Crazy. Like they do like it happens during cuts. There's nasty crashes that happen at that time. Now,
what's interesting, just to interject really quickly, I'm looking at it right now. The first COVID cut. This is really interesting here. This is where it gets really weird, in my opinion. So the first cut for the quote unquote COVID rate cut was in July of 2019. So it was before COVID even hit. They were cutting rates, right? And your market did not roll over until COVID-19 when they had that second rate cut. So they had a rate cut before COVID and at COVID, right? But basically there was the rate stages. Cut, the terminal rate, right? Exactly. The terminal rate was at its highest point at the first cut, obviously in July, and your market did not roll over from the first cut. You didn't have your COVID drop for 250 days, and the market had a epic run up before that. I mean, you had I'll put this in general, but so this is the bull case, right? Obviously, this is just something to throw out there. You had about a 14% move up, continuation up before COVID, after the first rate cut. And that was, like I said, 240 days. So that's what, 7 months, roughly? So that's something to throw out there. Now, the other two, obviously, you did not. You basically, in 2007, you just about started downtrending within 3 months in 2007, and you started downtrending immediately in 2000. I mean, that was your peak the day of the rate cuts. That was your highest point for a year after that in 2000.
Yeah.
That's all I got, Rick. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. Look at how devastating, dude, the .com crash was. We're talking, it spanned across a couple of years, actually. This is the NASDAQ, so this is the tech-heavy sector that got smashed in the .com, right? .com crash.
But I think we're going to be an AI crash, which I think is 4 years too early.
It's
way too early.
There's evidence here. Look how delayed the Fed were to react to the crash that was already happening. So the crash, you could argue there was a lower high. So the Fed first cut will happen right here. I'll put a vertical line to depict where that is. We'll make it like a white line. That's when the Fed first made a cut to the rate after a long pausing, which is the scenario. We're in a scenario right now where we've paused for a while. So they didn't start cutting until the NASDAQ was all the way down here. So this had already happened on the NASDAQ. So I would say you can't blame this section at least on the rate cuts. At least that drop there, from there to there, you can't blame it on rate cuts because the rates weren't cut at that time. They were cut here though. You actually had a rally up when they began cutting. We had a little bit of a bounce, but then it continued to crash, you know? So that's what I always found interesting. But high interest environment, like I think a lot of people can agree a high interest rate environment is a reflection of an unhealthy, like things being unhealthy, like the inflation's probably high, right? Interest rates are high for a reason, and that's probably because to try and curb demand a little bit, and inflation and whatnot.
And they've been high for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, look at the runaway market. This is the .com like freaking euphoria market. Look at the NASDAQ. It went crazy high at the time, like through the 90s, from 95 to 2000.
We haven't seen small caps yet go either. We haven't seen small caps go. We haven't seen like absolute utter pandemonium yet in that market. I mean, you've seen some of it with NVIDIA, sure, but like that Chinese guy says, crazy. I mean, man, you got to dream a little bit bigger, I think, and I think that's the fake out. I think that's the fake out going into the next year.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna rally. You're gonna rally into it, and you're gonna dump at some point. Those are you're gonna have a nasty correction at some point. We just don't know when the timing.
With Jackson Hole is our rally into the end of September, and then we dump into the rate cut.
I think you could rally into January. I think the best case scenario, you could rally into January. If we did something like COVID, like I just threw it in general, 240 days of uptrend from the day of the first rate cut. So this is the last rate cut cycle, the most recent to now.
Yes,
you had 240 days and a almost 14% move up on the SPY over those 6.5-7 months.
Hear me out though. So that's the GAN shit, right? So if we're in a bear market, it's always the opposite. So if we're in a bull market on those dates, you know, September would be the next biggest one, and then September 23rd, December 22nd. Those are our next biggest reversal period turnaround dates. Doesn't always happen on that date. It's around that date, but the opposite happens. So if we're actually in a bull run, right, like we believe this, then those dates will reflect the opposite. So last year, you're saying what happened crazy in January? We cut rate?
No, this is in 2021 or 2020.
Okay.
COVID.
2020. So what happened initially?
When you cut, with the first day that you cut rates from that period to COVID, so you didn't get the drop, you didn't get the quote unquote rate cut drop until COVID, which was in March of the next year. In July of the previous year, July 2019, it was the first rate cut for that cycle. You rallied into COVID, and then you dumped, which is weird.
You know,
so that's 240 days.
Even comparing crashes between the NASDAQ and the S&P 500, the S&P 500 got hammered way harder in the GFC than the NASDAQ did, but the NASDAQ got hammered harder than the S&P 500 in the .com crash, because they're two different styles of crashes. Like one was a tech crash, and the other was like a more macro, like, you know, housing, and it affected so many more things. But the tech stuff didn't get as hammered. It still got, you know, affected. See, look, this is the NASDAQ. Look how much bigger the .com crash was for the NASDAQ than the GFC.
And it might be because one is orchestrated, one was maybe not as orchestrated, right?
Potentially, but I
think
So the Nasdaq is what's considered tech heavy. So it's a lot of technology companies and internet stuff, like Amazon, Tesla, the big companies of the time, probably Apple and Microsoft. But then you look at COVID. COVID had the benefit of the market being lifted to such a high level anyway, so it didn't even correct that hard, or that deep, compared to prices back here. I think you have to sort of turn logarithmic on to get a fair gauge on it and zoom out. But yeah, .com crash, GFC.
COVID looks like nothing.
Oh yeah, it's just like a little it's like a little spike correction during a bigger, broader bull run, right?
The fucking leverage washout is what it was.
Yeah, that's COVID there, as far as the Nasdaq is concerned. But it still happened. Whoop, COVID. Can't type.
That's why stop losses are so important. Can you imagine, like, trying to be cute and being in a trade with no stop loss, and you just go to sleep one night, and COVID happens?
Yeah. Though there was talk of COVID spreading before the real giant market fall,
There was.
so you could sort of see it coming if you were quick enough, to react. Yeah.
Well, we talked about this last Crazy and I did about, we're about 4 weeks away from that date of September 23rd, which I think reflects when we're getting close to that rate cut. But that's something that I'm talking about. It happens every year, like there's 4 major dates and there's 4 minor dates. The last one was August 8th, which is when we had our pullback down. Around that date was when we pulled back down to 49, right? So September 23rd, it just lines up really well with that. And it seems to me that Jackson Hole, there's a lot of fear porn out there about that. Everyone's like, oh boy, Jackson Hole, I don't know. We just had the dumps happen a couple weeks ago. I don't know. Are we on shaky ground? And I think that we'll have a move down heading into it, or like on tomorrow, I guess, right? I mean, and then we'll slowly trickle on up into the end of September, and then fucking rip down hard quickly and move up the rest of the year. All-time highs, 100K.
Dude.
That's where I'm at. I think it's time. I think it's fucking time. It's all lining up.
Dude,
I'd agree with you if we had been running this whole time and didn't correct to the point where we hit if we didn't do that 49K tap or 48K and then bring fear and greed index down to a 16, which was the lowest since bear market lows in June, since FTX, I would agree with you. But since we already did that, I think it's less likely that we do that again. That's just where I'm at with it.
Look at that decade-long bull run on the Nasdaq, man, through the 90s. 1990 to the year 2000.
Crazy,
it's just a huge bull run.
That's why all these old fucks have 3 homes and 4 boats.
Right. Well, see, and that's why I get on
How did
quiet
the 80s
recently
go?
about talking about preparing for some catastrophe a couple of years down the road.
Yeah, you can't, man. You can't
Yeah,
prepare
it's
for
like-
catastrophes.
There is no certainty that we'll have another housing crash in the next year or 2 years at all. I mean, if anything, it's probably the least likely thing to happen. It's just because everyone wants home prices to come down doesn't mean they're going to come down for you. I mean, that's just how it is. When that happened, no one saw that coming, right? So, like, whatever's going to happen, no one's going to see coming. If anything's going to happen.
They've been talking about the next.
Yeah.
They've been talking about the next housing crash since the last one, and that's just the way it goes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've been talking about it for over 10 years, yeah.
It's crazy, dude.
Housing's-
15
housing
years.
is strong. Yeah.
But yeah, like,
I
look,
mean, do you think they're going to turn off the money printers? I don't.
we just came out of a fairly decent correction. Like, 2022 is actually kind of pretty severe. Like,
It was.
I mean, it was no .com crash.
That was the
or-
recession. That was the
Yeah.
recession, bro. It was literally a recession that
And
they
they didn't
fucking
wanna
tried
label
to.
it. Yeah.
Exactly.
They were scared to say it.
I am worried about 2026. 2026 to me is going to be a year where I'm not sure at all about what the fuck might happen.
Don't be worried. Just be ready. You know what I mean? And I know you will. I hope you will be. I hope everybody will. Just be ready for whatever, because you know how these fuckers play, man. They don't play fair.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
now,
got
if Trump's in
sidetracked.
there, I ain't worried about that. Trump will take care of it.
Now, we were talking about like when the Fed started doing rate cuts, and that is the pink line coming down on this chart, right? I was gonna vertical line when the cutting started. Let me go back to daily chart. I mean,
where all that buzz go for Kamala?
Fed meetings happen on a. Is it? How often do they happen?
Every 6 weeks.
Yep,
Every
exactly.
6 weeks. Okay. That's interesting because these little bumps and iterations.
Keep in mind
on
that
the
for 25 years, inflation was 1%.
Yeah. Yep. And
After
rates were low as
Jackson Hole-
shit too.
After Jackson Hole and then the rate cut, what do we have around the corner anymore at 2 after for the Fed?
The last rate cut is the next important event, in my opinion. After that, the final rate cut.
But how much time would we have in between
8 to 12 months. 8 to 12 months historically.
of clear fucking sky?
No, 8 to 12 months of going down.
12 to 18 weeks.
You should be.
There'll be another one maybe in December or possibly in January.
From
There we
the
go.
first,
There's our runway.
from the first rate cut to the final
Yeah.
rate cut, every
Not
time.
the final. There's never a final one.
No, listen. I'm saying for the cycle, for the cutting cycle. So from the first rate cut to the final rate cut
To when
in
they're
each
finished.
cutting cycle, the market was lower by the final rate cut by a large magnitude.
Are you talking BTC cycle?
No, I'm talking the stock market. So in the stock market, from the first rate cut, so the first rate cut, the stock market is up high. The final rate cut, the stock market is down low, traditionally or historically.
Okay,
You don't run during rate cut. You don't bottom out within 8 to 12 months. You don't bottom out until the final rate cut historically. You can see it on Rick's chart right now.
Well, traditionally, after the first rate cut, for the next 6 to 18 months, it goes up. Period.
I get that. You go up after the final rate cut, but it's not until the final rate cut that you change
The
trend.
first one. The first one.
I feel like we
Not
need a
the
SPY
final.
chart.
First
We need an S&P chart as well to like.
So during every during every rate cut, the final rate cut, the S&P 500 was significantly lower than the first rate cut every time.
Yeah, that's
Every time.
Sure. It went up. It goes up from the first.
Right,
rate
it's going to
cut.
go up again, right, after
Yeah.
after they're done cutting rates, not during.
Right.
Well, this has been one of the longest pluses ever.
I think 14 months, I think, is the most, if I'm remembering correctly.
I said one up.
What's that?
Faulkner changed it every 6 weeks. And by the way, Faulkner is receiving a Nobel Prize for economics.
Well, he's a genius, yeah.
He is. Best Fed chair we ever had.
Yeah. I'll say I like this theory though a lot. And this is why I've been thinking on it the last 3 to 4 weeks, is because no one else is really talking about this. They're not talking about the idea of Jackson Hole kind of. It's the opposite of the news, right? Well, yeah, sorry, the opposite of what the news is kind of saying right now, which is they're kind of throwing fear out there about Jackson Hole, and it rightfully so. But the idea that there's no real crisis around the corner, but yet we have a lot of fear out there that there could be a crisis around the corner, but there hasn't been one yet that we can see, or have been. There's been tinges, of war talk, and
You just had
and
recession fears just this month, man. Just early this month, you had people talking it's over.
Yeah, good.
That's why
I mean,
the fear's still fresh.
We never went into a recession.
I know that, but for some reason, people were talking because the market was quote unquote crashing, because people don't know what a real crash is.
Right.
People were saying that this was the beginning of the recession. That was the narrative.
I got you. Well, one important event happening for me, and I think it's a big effect on the stock market, is NVIDIA reporting earnings in 5 days. That's a $3 trillion company.
Reporting earnings what?
In 5 days.
Oh, in 5 days from now? I didn't even know that. Oh, that's good. See, that's bigger to me than Jackson Hole.
Not really, no.
Oh, for me it is. For tech?
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
Jackson
for me,
Hole,
yeah.
all they're going to talk about at Jackson Hole is what we already know, that they're cutting rates in September. We already know that.
Yep.
All I'm saying is I think we really, really need to focus these next 30 days. The game plan, whatever you want your game plan to be, I got my game plan.
Wait a minute. Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Well, look like you're breaking up.
Saturday.
So
I didn't hear
with
anything
the-
live. What is that?
Yeah. Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
Why Saturday?
No, I'm saying the next 30 days. Next 30 days.
Oh, I thought you said 3.
No. Up until the next scan date, which would be the 23rd of September, around then. From Jackson Hole till then. I'll stay out of the market at the end of September and wait for a buy.
The big event for me is Trump's sentence.
When's that? Does it line up with one of these days?
I think it's the 20. Someone Google it so I don't look
Swear to
stupid.
God if it does. And also, CZ, his I think sentencing date or his release date, I can't remember, is on the 23rd of September or around that date. It's so fucking funny.
Well,
how
CZ is not in his seat. It's not a factor anymore.
Yeah,
So-
but you get those. I mean, we've seen moves based on something that happens to him. I mean, when he got arrested, right? Like the market had the opposite reaction. I mean,
But he's not a. When was the last time someone mentioned his name?
yeah. Well, they'll mention just like SBF when he got not arrested, but when he got, I forget what date it was. It lied, but I swear to God, someone puts these on those dates on purpose. You know, or just back them up.
These things happen on a daily basis. Sort of like my analysis of in the universe. There's a unique event that hasn't happened in the last 10 million years. Every second of the universe.
You don't think though that someone higher up is like, we're gonna put Trump's sentencing date around when we know shit's gonna crash?
That's generally those courts are booked a year in advance of when those things are going to happen.
Yeah, it could be all coincidence.
Hey,
Hey,
YouTube! I'm gonna wrap this stream up. Thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for smashing the like button when you did, and those who super chatted, legend. I'll catch you in the next one.
You got your OnlyFans on, Rick.
Yeah.
Turn off your OnlyFans.
All right. Peace, YouTubes.